How y'all doing? Nick Brengle here, and today I want to talk about feelings, about emotion, about inspiration for ideas, and not letting yourself be a victim of what society wants you to be or how you should be thinking, feeling, because over the past few years, for me, it's been a journey of realizing that I should be more unapologetic when it comes to the art form of filmmaking and how I want to express myself, who I am as a person, as an artist, as a human being. And so, that opening sequence of me doing this dance, meditation, whatever you want to call it, that was a real moment. I know that I filmed it and there was multiple angles and I had to do it a few times, but if you were here in the room with me, that was a moment of vulnerability and transparency with you and also for me, because that happens on a regular basis. And I know it's something that we're frightened of, and we can be frightened of. Maybe we're not frightened of it, but we're scared of what that release means. And being vulnerable, even with yourself, is monumental, really, as to overcome things in your day-to-day life. And also, more importantly, what we're talking about here is being an artist and creating things, having original ideas, inspiration, and using your story, your memories, your feelings, and what's going on within your mind, within your heart, and putting that out into the world, and knowing that some people may laugh or smirk or look a little weird at what you're doing, but know that you are expressing you. And hopefully that translates to some people, and it helps them to, open some sort of box or door or enter into a new way of thinking when you are approaching filmmaking and art and wanting to express ideas and original thoughts in front of the camera. The idea to talk about this really came up suddenly, actually, a couple days ago, and I have been writing a ton lately, like an incredibly amount of writing all over the place. I'm currently writing a screenplay that is in kind of the middle stages, that is going to be the next big project, and then I'm writing a bunch of other little projects along with the content that I'm making here on YouTube. And one of those projects was sparked by the show Euphoria on HBO. And if you haven't watched Euphoria, I highly recommend it. It's not for everybody, but it's, in the simplest terms, it is high school age kids and, what they're going through, but on a very exaggerated, extreme, heavy, dark level. And it's in its second season now. In watching that show, it's brought back memories of growing up, in my teenage years, young adult years. And I did a lot of things wrong. I did a lot of bad things, and I did good things as well. But I began to categorize different things that went on throughout those years from, 16 to 22, 23, kind of in that range. And I'm going back and I'm writing these memories and creating this world that actually did happen, but I'm sort of smashing together maybe 10-ish years and creating a story out of so many things and so many ups and downs in my life. And I don't know, I guess I had a long conversation with my wife about this, and expressing good and bad memories when it comes to yourself. And, there's a million books and movies and TV shows, and people are doing this. And so why not you? We all have a story. We all have things that we went through that maybe we're not proud of, but I don't know. I guess looking back now, years later, and slowly becoming wise, I feel I can express some of those stories and some of those situations whether still in kind of a heavy, not so great light, or shining a bright light on something that maybe you've learned from, or you just want to revisit. And so that's kind of what I wanted to just, shoot the about, because I feel it's important, and it's sort of the next step in my journey this year of reflecting and using the past to help engage my mind in what I want to do in the future, and that is writing and creating a world. And so what better than to write a story of things that have already happened and things that you were involved in, you experienced, you had a front row seat to. And I don't know, some of the stories I guess I just think should be told. I don't know, there's a bunch of ridiculous things. So just be unapologetic and feel the inspiration within you. And this is not a motivational video by any means, but I guess it's sort of turning into that. And I guess what I really wanted to talk about was that conflict, that inner conflict that we have constantly of self-doubt, and that we're not going to do anything with whatever it is we've been given. And that's very easy to do. To reference something else, I just watched Tick, Tick, Boom, and I didn't have a ton of knowledge on Jonathan Larson and Rent and the different, the kind of his journey and story of somebody who thought that maybe it was never going to happen, and it was so much more than what he could have imagined it to be, of just writing some famous play that became one of the biggest ever. It was so much more than that, and I have to constantly put myself kind of back and know that what I'm doing, even on a small scale or a large scale, is going to impact others, and most importantly impact me, and I will carry that into the next day, week, month, year, and hopefully build off of that as a person, and as a filmmaker, a YouTuber. All of that kind of comes secondhand to me as a person. And I guess as I'm writing more, I'm starting to, open up weird doors in my mind and follow that. And I really encourage you to do that. Write down your memories. Don't feel judged or like somebody's watching you or laughing at you. Who gives a what other people think? Just do what you want to do. Love what you want to do. Or hopefully you love what you're doing. And so, I don't know, get off my soapbox. That's really it. I don't know. I'm going to show a little clip that I did on my phone of this ridiculous setup for this video. So, okay, everything we're doing here is completely ridiculous. But this is the lengths we go for YouTube. We have camera here set up. I got my monitor down here, got my audio recorder. I could check everything when I'm sitting here. Microphone, Nan light as my key light, the Pavo tube. Mini Pavo tube as a hair light. Behind here we have the Godox VL150 just blasting up to the ceiling at 25%, and then I put this crappy diffusion just so it's not flooding into the shot. And then of course, got some accent, whatever, another Pavo tube, aperture, AL or ML or whatever, and then another aperture, and that's really it. You got this window light. It's sunset in about an hour, so that is the setup for this video. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the bell, get the notifications, hit the like button, drop a comment down below and tell me how bizarre I am and strange this video was. I just want to be transparent with you, and I felt this was an interesting topic to kind of just throw at the wall and see what sticks. So let me know, tell me that I am being rational, and I guess until the next one, go create something, anything really. It doesn't matter, because you should do it. Just make something.